rise. All parties, raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Yes, I do.
Yes.
Yes.
Court is now in session with the Honorable Judge Maybelline presiding.
Thank you. You may be seated. The matter of Rose Trenton versus Julianne Ashton, you are suing her for how much? $6,975. Oh, this is the nanny, the live-in nanny, thinking that she's not paid sufficient amount of money. Talk to me about it.
I'm suing for wrongful termination and unpaid overtime. I had about 4 years of nanny experience before I heard that the Ashtons were hiring a live-in nanny, which I had never done before, but I was really excited because they're a huge power couple, and it was going well for the first couple months. I loved their kids. It was going really great, but towards the last 2 weeks of working for them, one of Mrs. Ashton's personal assistants quit, and I ended up taking on a lot of responsibilities that weren't in my original job description. And I worked about 25 hours of overtime each of those last 2 weeks. And then when she came home from one of her last travel trips, she fired me because she thought I was being too affectionate with her children. Without any notice, she fired me.
Okay, so now, what was in your job description? And you said the original job description because she had you doing more. What was the original job description?
I do have the contract here if you'd like to see.
Okay, yes, I would. 'Cause I can read it better than you can tell me. A live-in nanny, I can imagine what a job description was. Off on Saturday and Sundays, but on call. 8 hours Monday through Friday plus on call. So 8 hours Monday through Friday plus on call, and you're a live-in nanny. I thought live-in, you were there 24 hours.
I was, but I wasn't paid for the Sunday and Saturdays.
Yeah, you're off on Saturday and Sunday.
Correct.
So did you get off?
Yes, but I often found myself doing late work that I hadn't been able to accomplish during the week.
I don't know what that means. Late work that I wasn't able to accomplish during the week.
For example, doing laundry for the kids. There were often times when the Ashtons would get home late and I would end up staying up later than I had previously planned. They often called in the middle of the nights when they were traveling, and I had to stay up and help the kids go back to sleep, which took hours.
That's why they hired you to be there with them, because they had to travel.
Yeah.
If they didn't have a live-in there with them, they couldn't travel. You just said they were a power couple. What were you, actors, actresses? What kind of power couple? Business?
I'm a studio head.
Yeah. So that's why they hired you. So yeah, you had to wake up at night and answer the phone when they called home to see about their children. Are you crazy? You're the live-in nanny. They're working. That's your point.
Right, but I was doing duties that I wasn't assigned.
What were you doing that you weren't assigned?
So when her assistant quit, I ended up also doing personal things for Mrs. Ashton.
Like?
Going shopping for personal items, doing her laundry, not just the children's, things like that. Packing for her trips.
What's this about clothing and washing and all of that?
So I was assigned to do the children's laundry, but it wasn't in my job description to do Mr. and Mrs. Ashton's laundry as well, which added up to quite a lot of work.
Did you have a housekeeper or someone else to come in to do the house cleaning and all of that?
No, that was the responsibility of our personal assistant, and when they quit, we had no one to fulfill those responsibilities.
So what did you do that you said the last 2 weeks you were doing personal assistant duties? So that's how you arrive at the $6,975?
Half of that, around half of that, I believe it's broken down there, but half of that is for that overtime for those past 2 weeks, and then the other half is for the wrongful termination without notice. I was supposed to have 2 weeks notice before being terminated, and I didn't receive that.
Hear from you, Ms. Ashton.
Well, Your Honor, I'm a very busy woman. I have a lot of things to do, as you can imagine, as a studio head, and I've worked really hard to get to where I am. And
you what?
I've worked very hard to get to where I am. And my husband and I, we have a lot of people on our payroll. We have a lot of people who work for us, a lot of things that need to get done. And I expect from my employees that they be done a certain way and in a certain manner. And I fully explained the responsibilities to Miss Trenton, exactly what she needed to be doing. It's all in the contract.
She's
And-
hired as a nanny, right?
Yes, absolutely.
And how many children? Two?
Two.
How old were they?
4 and 3.
Okay, so she's hired as the live-in nanny
Yes.
for the purposes of the contract is to be there for the children,
Yes.
to take care of the children's needs, all of
Yes.
their needs. And then you have personal assistants to take care of your needs and your husband's needs.
Yes.
And you say you didn't have a housekeeper to clean the house and to do those kinds of things. That was the personal assistant's duties.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, your personal assistant quit
Yes.
for 2 weeks.
Yes.
So did you ask Miss Trenton to pick up those duties?
I did temporarily until we found another assistant.
Did you pay her
We did pay
the
her.
additional fee that you paid the personal assistant?
No.
Okay, but now she has personal assistant duties. Now she's taking care of your clothing. Now she's packing for you. Now she's helping you get your stuff together when you're going out of town,
Well,
right?
They were responsibilities that she had already. She was doing for the
That's
children.
not in this contract. It said for the nanny, it said she packed for the children when the children were going out of town.
Yes, of course.
But not you.
Of course, but since there was no one else to fill that responsibility, one extra bag, a load or two more, a few more items, that take what, another 5 minutes?
I don't know how long it takes, but you didn't hire to do that.
There were also things going on with the children that I was very uncomfortable with.
Okay.
Like, for instance, she had the children sleeping in her quarters. She was allowing them to use the iPad. We found that the children were addicted to the iPad when we returned from our trip because they were sleeping with it. And also, I found that she had been wearing my clothes.
Ooh. So that's the reason for termination.
Yes.
But your contract that you wrote said 2 weeks notice.
Yes.
And I don't know why you would tell yourself, why you would give her a contract taking care of your children to give her 2 weeks notice if you were to come home and find out that she was doing something that you didn't like related to your children, you would leave somebody there 2 more weeks. Why would you give them 2 weeks notice and they're caring for your children? I don't know why you put that in the contract.
Well, that's for things like when
No, you
there
said
aren't-
termination 2 weeks notice. That's what you said. So you have to pay her for the 2 weeks. Now, what were your earnings per week?
$1,800 per week.
Okay, so that's $3,600 you owe her for the 2 weeks that you didn't give her notice. How many hours did you spend in those 2 weeks as personal assistant?
Probably about 15 hours each week.
What would you say? Does that sound about accurate? Or you wouldn't even know?
I wasn't around.
You weren't around?
I was on a trip.
Did you know she was doing all this?
I had asked her to, yes.
Oh, okay. So then you got to pay her. What do you have to say, Mr. Ashton?
Well, one thing that I'll say, Your Honor, is my wife misspoke about something. If you look under the contract, we did speak about something. It says general supervision, and that's general supervision of the house and all the duties that that house entails. And I think there's been a little bit of a miscommunication.
Really?
Yes.
Let me see if I see that.
Right under duties, it says general supervision. I could take the contract up to you if you'd
Oh,
like.
the one that somebody hand wrote in.
Yes.
Correct.
But it says taking the child and children to playground or to the park every Wednesday, doing the children's laundry each week, give medications on time when necessary, pick up from activities and general supervision are related to children.
The general supervision was not related to children. General supervision was taking care of the house.
You know, if you read a contract like this, when
Yeah.
everything else in that sentence under duties related to the children, how all of a sudden you jump to general supervision for the whole household?
Well, when we had a conversation about it,
No. You should have written that contract better. No. That would never be interpreted as such. When everything on this contract about her is related and specifically related to the children, then all of a sudden you write in general supervision. And that's supposed to be the entire household. No. I'm still trying to figure out, what did you pay your personal assistant? Because she said 15 hours. She did about 15 hours overtime. And she did that for 2 weeks, so that's about 30 hours. What did you pay your personal assistant? Did you pay them by the hour, by the month,
By the
flat
week.
salary, or what?
We paid them by the week.
You pay your personal assistant by the week?
Yes.
And how many hours per week, did they work?
About 40.
Okay, so how much did you pay that personal assistant?
I paid them $2,000 a week.
So you get $1,500 addition. And the $3,600 for her actual income because you failed to give the 2 weeks notice. $5,100. Judgment for the plaintiff. $5,100. Well, y'all still
right.
standing there. Judgment for the plaintiff. Get out.
Judge Maybelline has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant has been ordered to pay $5,100.
I'm glad I got my money, but I am done with the nanny business.
We learned a valuable lesson from the judge. Next time, we're rewriting our nanny contract.
Nanny job is very strongest job I've never seen. Seriously, mostly when you meet someone that is not good to you. Oh no. Nanny job. When you are doing nanny, it's when even the person that employs you is supposed to take you like a family. That's how it works. Mostly when you are living in with them. Yes. Guys, what do you think about this case? Drop your own opinion on the comment section. Don't forget to follow me if it's your first time watching this video. And thanks for watching. Bye.